Connecting the Valley. This is NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, January 7th. I'm Mary Strong alongside meteorologist Jerry Steffen. I heard the wind through the trees this morning. It was
Not
nice.
so bad this morning. They'll pick up later today. Through tomorrow, we'll get some gusty winds. Wind advisories and high wind watches have been posted for Southern California. We'll talk about a chance of rain for Southern California today. What does it mean for us in the valley? We'll check that out as well. A little hint, not much rain.
Okay, good. Thanks for the hint.
Okay.
See you shortly.
Sure.
Cathedral City will appoint a new District 3 representative this afternoon at a special session council meeting, selecting from a pool of over 10 candidates. The opening follows the death of council member Mark Carnevale in November. After weighing their options, the council voted to fill the seat through appointment rather than a special election. You can see the names of the candidates by visiting NBCPalmSprings.com. Council members will hear from each candidate and take public comment before making their decision. The special meeting begins at 3 o'clock at the study session room at City Hall. All live meetings can be viewed online as well as on YouTube. And tomorrow, the Palm Springs Public Arts Commission is set to consider relocating the statue of former Mayor Frank Bogart from city storage to the Village Green in the downtown area. It was removed from City Hall more than 3 years ago after heavy debate over the late mayor's legacy. Supporters remember him as a champion of the city who shaped modern Palm Springs, though others accuse him of being involved in the Section 14 evictions that took place during his time as sitting mayor of Palm Springs. Back when the statue was removed from City Hall in 2022, city officials committed to the statue's relocation rather than permanent removal. That Public Arts Commission meeting is set for Thursday night at 5:30 p.m. at City Hall. Locals in the valley are continuing to react to the United States actions in Venezuela from last Saturday. Our NBC Palm Springs' Alonda Campos spoke with one Coachella Valley couple who used to call Venezuela home. Take a look.
Dictador, asesino.
Dictator, assassin, and perpetrator of human rights.
Those are the words Venezuelan and Coachella Valley resident Jose Perez chose to describe Nicolás Maduro, the longtime Venezuelan president accused of narco-terrorism and captured in a U.S. Special Forces operation. For Jose Perez and his wife, Marina Miranda, who chose to remain anonymous for their safety, the headlines were hard to believe.
La detención de Nicolás Maduro es el comienzo de la libertad.
Maduro's detainment is something Venezuelans have anticipated for so long, and to finally see it happen brings me relief. However, the pain of the tragedies my family and I lived through still lingers in my heart every day. Nicolás Maduro has long been accused by the U.S. and international community of human rights abuses, undermining democratic elections, and presiding over an economic collapse that drove more than 8 million Venezuelans, like Jose Perez and Marina Miranda, to flee the country, creating the world's largest displacement crisis. Although he is a business owner now, Jose tells us he was an engineer in Venezuela for the petroleum industry, once the backbone of the nation's economy, but was let go for his political views.
Yo trabajaba para la industria petrolera.
2 of my colleagues and I refused to vote for Maduro and were fired for that. Other petroleum companies refused to hire us, and we were out of a job for months.
For years, they worried about food shortages, political repression, and whether their relatives would be safe from the government they escaped. This week, their fears eased after reports that Maduro and his wife were detained on 4 criminal counts and made their first U.S. court appearance. Still, the couple says the corruption they lived in Venezuela is not over yet.
Although
they have captured Maduro, the regime still has power over weaponry, the armed forces, and the courts in Venezuela. So we can only hope that Maduro's detainment serves as an opportunity to free every Venezuelan from corruption.
For NBC Palm Springs, I'm Alondra Campos.
Well, after the U.S. operation over the weekend, President Trump saying that Venezuela is set to turn over millions of barrels of oil to the United States. That's according to a Truth Social post the president made last night. A spokesperson for the Department of Energy tells NBC News that officials will meet with several U.S. oil companies at the Goldman Sachs Energy Conference in Miami today to discuss the issue further. Let's head back outside. This is a live look from our Agua Caliente Casino camera in Palm Springs. Jerry's in the Weather Center with a look at your forecast for today. Hi, Jerry.
Hey there. Yeah, things are changing a little bit over the next few days. 52 degrees at Palm Springs and 71% relative humidity. That number goes down. Winds just 5 miles an hour. That number goes up as we move into later tonight and into tomorrow. 37 degrees at Yucca Valley and Joshua Tree, 44, 29 Palms. Partly cloudy, 52 at Indio, 50 Palm Desert. Lots of 40s around Banning, Beaumont, and Cabazon. Winds not an issue yet. They will be later today. We have a system moving through to the south. It could bring some rain. Matter of fact, nothing for the Coachella Valley, but you can see some showers and thunderstorms offshore moving their way towards San Diego County. As far as that system's concerned, yeah, a little bit of rain possible. First half of today, it's moving its way to the east, and it'll be a little windy too, beginning tonight through tomorrow, possibly into Friday morning. But you can see the ensemble forecast has some rain, mostly over San Diego County, Imperial County, maybe some smattering of showers around us in the Coachella Valley. We'll take a closer look at that in the full forecast. But that wind advisory in effect tonight through tomorrow for Palm Springs and the rest of the Coachella Valley, and a high wind watch to the west of us. Again, that begins this evening. Dew points in the 40s. That'll dry out beginning tomorrow and especially Friday. High of 68 degrees for Palm Springs puts us kind of close to normal. 70 at Indio, 71 degrees La Quinta. Tomorrow, again, windy, 67 degrees on Thursday, and then the numbers go down a little bit on Friday. Still a little gusty first half of the day. That'll be for Friday on our Comfort Air 3-day forecast. So heads up with the winds in certain areas. We'll break it down. Full forecast minutes away.
And just a heads up, if you're traveling through Indio this morning, crews are doing some road work on Monroe Street. This is part of the city's annual street paving project. The work will take place all week long from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. with no weekend construction. The project runs from Avenue 48 to Avenue 52 and will be complete in sections. The city expects the full project to be wrapped up by the end of Thursday next week, January 15th. Alternative routes are advised. A partnership is now underway between the City of Indio and the Imperial Irrigation District with the creation of the Indio Electric Financing Authority. Our NBC Palm Springs' Antonio Marquez has that story for us.
Infrastructure projects like the substation upgrade solidifies the growth the City of Indio has had and still has more to go. The Imperial Irrigation District, or IID, and the City of Indio have officially broken ground on the first of 4 major energy projects set to deliver enough electricity to power 16,000 homes in the city.
You know, infrastructure is so critical for the growth and the vitality of a community. Electrical infrastructure is the backbone. And IID and the City of Indio are partnering to make sure that that backbone is strong and providing that growth and opportunity for existing residents as well as for the future.
The projects include new substations at Avenue 40 and Northgate, and expansions at Avenue 42 and Carry On. They're funded through a small surcharge on IID bills within the city, about $11.40 a month for the average household. All the funds stay in Indio and are used exclusively to improve electrical infrastructure, protecting the current system, and ensuring reliable service for the future.
This electrical capacity is critical for that momentum to continue, and as a resident, I want that to happen. I want job opportunities for my neighbors, for my family, for all of us to be here in a way where we feel confident in the systems and the infrastructure that we have.
As part of a collaboration between the City of Indio and IID, the Indio Electric Financing Authority was created since 2023.
The more growth you have, the more commerce, the more revenue, the better your parks, your streets, your sidewalks, your businesses all are, and those cannot continue to grow without the existence of power.
Antonio Marquez, NBC Palm Springs.
Well, there are some fun events happening in the Valley today. The Rancho Mirage Library and Observatory will be celebrating its 30th birthday all day today. The celebration includes games and music and a special noontime star tour when the observatory turns into a planetarium. Kids and family activities include morning story time, a piano concert at night with stargazing expert astronomers on site after 8 o'clock tonight. So stop by the library in Rancho Mirage today. They've got some wonderful activities planned. The 37th annual Palm Springs Film Festival continues today as well. Scheduled for this afternoon is the International Feature Film Panel. It's planned to start at 1:45 today at the Annenberg Theater, which is a part of the Palm Springs Art Museum. There will be 2 panels of international directors in total, both hosted by The Hollywood Reporter. The event is free, but tickets are still required. You can go to the festival's website to secure yours now. And mark your calendars for the Palm Springs Health and Wellness Festival. It's coming back to Ruth Hardy Park on Saturday, January 24th. There will be lots of events to enjoy, from bike rides to marathons. There's also going to be plenty of vendors and workshops to show off the latest in nutrition, exercise, and overall wellness. Again, that takes place on January 24th at Ruth Hardy Park. Coming up on your morning news, Starkey Sowers joined us in studio to talk about how you can get the best leg up on your 2026 fitness goals. That's right after the break. And later, your Coachella Valley Firebirds are back on home ice tonight. We'll tell you what you need to know before the puck drops. But first, we're going to head back outside, take a live look at your Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. We've got a little traffic out there this morning to contend with. Jerry's going to break down your full 7-day forecast for you. That'll be straight ahead.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Wellness Wednesday is sponsored by Clark's Nutrition Natural Foods Market. Live better, we can help.
With the new year underway, many people are heading back to the gym and setting fresh fitness goals, but starting strong and staying consistent can make all the difference. Starkey Sowers is here to share some tips on how to get back into working out the right way so you can stick to your New Year's resolution and get in shape for the long run. Hi, Starkey.
Hi, Mary, how are you?
This is so important.
Right?
Every year I'm like, I'm doing it. I go to the gym and I stand there and go, where do I begin?
Where do I begin and what do I do, right?
Exactly.
So, you know, my dad owned a gym when I was a kid growing up.
Yes.
Right? So, obviously, the first of the year would just pack out with people, different goals for various reasons and things of that nature. But the biggest thing that would happen is you end up in a situation where if they didn't have some type of a plan, they weren't really going to get where they needed to be, right?
Yeah.
Work out at your own limits and then start out slow. If you're coming back right now, you want to go slow. You'll want to do like 1 set, maybe for a couple weeks or 2 sets.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to hurt yourself and then be out for another 3 months.
And this stuff is all the stuff that supports you in that journey.
Well, and for years, one of the biggest things was like, do you eat protein after the workout? Does it really make a difference? Does it not, right?
It does.
It does.
Yes.
Stops the soreness.
Yes, that's what I've noticed. I'm not as sore the next day.
Yes.
And I feel I'm not tired after. It gives me my energy back.
You pick right back up.
Yeah.
So what I did is I brought all these different types of protein things.
Sprout living.
So let's say you just don't have time to make a protein shake, or let's say you don't have enough time to eat some, protein foods. By the way, you can use your hand as a guide. You can fit 3 eggs in there. It's about 20 grams of protein. You need usually about 20 to 40 grams of protein after every workout.
Got it.
Okay, a scoop of protein basically ends up in the palm of your hands. Then chicken breasts, about the size of the palm of your hands. Those are going to be about 20 to 30 grams right there. So it's like your hand is a nice little quick gauge.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
By the way, convenience driven, because so many people are on the go. RTDs, ready to drinks.
Ready to drink. So these are all protein shakes. You can just pop in your bag and then swig it down right after your workout.
And then there's bars as well as different things like Chomps, which has like 15 grams of protein. Mary, I want you to try this one. It's a new one called Built.
Built?
Built, a little bit on the pricey side, a little bit different. And gooey.
It's chewy.
So the chewy is because it's collagen based.
Wow.
Right.
That is so
I ate some of those the other day. I was like, oh my God, that is so good.
I'll show you the package in case you want to get one. Wow. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so
They're not cheap, but boy, do they taste good. A lot of people want a pre-workout.
Somebody said that the other day. Yeah. You can take pre-workout stuff. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, right. So pre-workout back in the day used to be take some ginseng or something like that.
Oh, to give you energy.
Give you the energy boost. Let's say you're tired or something like that. That formula is great. It's called Driven. It's got all sorts of what we call nootropics. It gets the brain alert. It's got some caffeine in it. It's got creatine. It's got beta-alanine, all these crazy things. Helps you with performance, so you actually can get a few more reps and things of that nature. And that's typically the pre-workout world, what they're looking for.
So just get you pumped up.
Can of some whoop some butt.
Can of some whoop some butt. We love that. Starkey, thank you.
Yep,
I love this. This will all these great tips, helps you keep mindful about your goals, and consistency is key.
It is. It's the key. Like I said, if we can go 2 days a week, I did that for 10 years, and it kept me in shape.
Yeah. Just a little bit goes a long way.
It went a long way.
And I'm going to definitely be finishing this. This is one of my new favorite things.
Those things are
Thank
so good.
Thank you for introducing me. I love it. Protein and collagen.
Yeah, and taste.
That's crazy.
And flavor.
And it's a marshmallow in a wrapper.
Yeah,
it's so good. Thank you, Starkey.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy. And Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBC Palm Springs.
Proudly Cloudy skies over the Coachella Valley. You can see in our Agua Caliente Casino cam yesterday, a little bit below normal. 66 the high in Palm Springs, 70 the normal. Today, upper 60s for the Coachella Valley. Winds will play an issue in our forecast beginning late tonight. 38 degrees in Yucca Valley. A little cool up there in the high desert. 44, 29 Palms, lots of low 50s in the valley. And winds, not an issue yet, all under 10 miles an hour. Radar quiet over the Coachella Valley, but we have thunderstorms and showers offshore making their way toward San Diego County. We could see the best shot of rain to our south. You can see the low pressure center offshore later today, but also bring some rain into Southern California. Like I said, most of it to the south of us, but we could see a little bit of rain around our mountains. Low pressure center exits the area. That'll be tomorrow, and temperatures in the upper 60s for the Coachella Valley. As far as rain estimates, nothing really for the valley. A spillover sprinkle or two possible this morning, and all this ends late tonight as far as rain chances for Southern California. 68 degrees under partly cloudy skies for Palm Springs, 70 at Indio later today. With the winds, we do have a wind advisory. It does include the Coachella Valley and high desert, and a high wind watch. That's for parts of the San Gorgonio Pass Inland Empire area mountains as well. And both begin late today through tomorrow, most of tomorrow. Winds will be onshore. You can see the arrows pointing to the east right now. Westerly winds, gusty north of I-10, possible in the Coachella Valley and parts of the high desert. And then after that system exits the area, we get a wind shift. It'll be Santa Ana wind flow and downslope winds around the Coachella Valley. North of I-10 could be a little bit of an issue. That'll be late Thursday and early Friday. So strongest winds will be Thursday around the San Gorgonio Pass and high desert. And then the strongest winds on Friday morning will be around Desert Hot Springs with gusts that could surpass 40 miles an hour. Also, we get drier air in the back end of that system. With that northeasterly wind, we see the dew points drop into the teens. That'll be Friday and somewhat Saturday. Temps will be in the upper 70s today, 67 degrees in Palm Springs, Indio, 68 degrees. That'll be tomorrow in Palm Desert, and then mid-60s in the back end of that system on Friday. What about 80-degree numbers? Well, that could happen. I got to change that. That'll happen a week from today. Wednesday of next week. So temperatures are warming up. But today, we'll deal with the winds through tomorrow, possibly early Friday. 71 degrees on Sunday, 78 on Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, 80.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Hashtag Holiday Calendar and Pop Quiz, middle of the week. Yeah, hump day, and brought to you by One Coachella Valley. Today we're exploring the calendar, see what's happening today, Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. And we have 3 days we're going to look at here. And one we'll look at closely and have a couple questions loosely related to what's going on. Anyway, today's National Old Rock Day. No, it's not about those bands from the 50s and 60s. We're talking about rocks.
Literally old
stones.
rocks.
But it could be. How about the Rolling Stones?
I like
that. Kind of fits in
I
there.
like that.
Yeah, I appreciate our planet's geological history, so you might want to get out and collect rocks and take a look at, you know, what they look like, things like that.
Yeah.
Are you into geology?
My daughter has a huge rock collection.
No kidding.
It takes up a lot of space.
Okay. Yeah,
but
really.
they're so cool.
National Bobblehead Day is today. It's about those small figurines with a large head on a spring, bobbleheads. Yeah, they originated basically in Japan, but it was around 1960 when they started making them for sports figures.
Yeah, they're so cool. Lots
Major
of
League
folks
Baseball.
collect them.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that Packer bobblehead there.
I saw that too.
Brett
Look
Favre.
at that.
Enormous heads. National Pass Gas Day is today.
Fun times.
Yes, it's a day dedicated to the bodily function known as flatulence. Technically,
I was wondering what video you were going to show for this.
Technically, you could instead say that you're distributing nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and methane gas. Okay.
There you have it.
Gas, that's our key word in today's pop quiz. 2 questions I put together for you. Multiple choice. Here's the first of 2. Actor Gary Allen Sinise, initials GAS.
Oh my goodness,
Is that
Jerry.
stretching it too much?
Yes, you are too
He's
much.
been acting since the middle 70s. A few of Gary's most notable movies include The Green Mile, Apollo 13, and Ransom. But Sinise will forever be known for playing this U.S. military character in the 1994 film Forrest Gump. Who are we talking about here? Is that A, Captain Steve Rogers, B, B.
Come on, B.
Come on, computer.
We need you.
Catch up here.
Oh, no.
I know. Oh, there we go. Colonel Nathan Jessup, or C, Lieutenant Dan Taylor.
Ooh.
Forrest Gump.
I'm going to go with
Gary Sinise. You're going to go with
C.
C? Okay. Control Room. Do you know Forrest Gump and the characters in that film? And we got CCC. That's pretty easy.
Captain Dan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or Lieutenant Dan, I mean.
Lieutenant Dan. You can hear him saying that.
Yes, I
Forrest Gump in the
can.
movie. Second gas-related question. The Baroque pop tune Classical Gas, which is playing in the background, became one of the standout tracks of 1968. This classical guitar instrumental became a million-selling single for a musician who was also head writer of the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour TV show. Who's the man behind this song we're hearing right now, Classical Gas? Is it A, Chet Atkins, B, Glenn Campbell, or C, Mason Williams?
Oh, my goodness.
Control Room,
Jerry.
you're first. And of course, Nick can play. He's
I
playing.
wish I had a call to a friend.
Okay.
I'm going to go Glenn Campbell,
Got an
too.
A and a B. You're all wrong. It's Mason Williams.
No.
Yes.
Darn it.
Great song.
Did anybody get C in there?
No, nobody died.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
bummer.
Okay.
Darn it.
Mason
Well,
Williams,
50%.
Classical Gas, taking us to break. Back in a bit.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
you're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate. Talking with Thalia. Kai, the Deal Guy.
Now, connecting the Valley, this is NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Welcome back on this Wednesday, January 7th. I'm Mary Strong. Jerry's going to join us from the Weather Center in just a bit, but first let's take a look at some of the stories making headlines at this hour. Today marks 1 year since the wildfires that devastated Altadena and the Palisades in the Los Angeles area. Today we're honoring the first responders who put everything at risk to help those who were affected. NBC's Karma Dickerson reports.
The first time I was standing in this exact spot, it was January 7th, about 2 in the afternoon, and we were watching yet another home on Lockman Lane burn. Now, most of the street was saved. However, the house behind me is a different story. Firefighters said they felt it was too far gone. So instead, they made a different type of stand, bringing out the family's keepsakes, a grandfather clock, photo albums, doing the small amount they could at that point to try to ensure the family, at the very least, didn't lose everything. And that family tells me it meant the world.
Are you guys just bringing out their keepsakes?
Yeah. An act of empathy in the face of total loss.
Trying to save some photos.
These were the only items the Byron family didn't lose that day.
I thought it was just unbelievably incredible that the firefighters were thoughtful enough to take the few things that they could get.
And knowing that our photos were being saved was something to at least have some hope.
The video, which I shot on my cell phone, was viewed over 10 million times on social media, giving the world a small glimpse into the devastation that was descending on the Palisades.
It was at least something we had always known was a possibility. What we didn't ever even think about was that everything was going to burn. The entire Palisades was going to burn.
Matt Byron and his wife had left the area about 3 hours before our camera captured this. He listened to NBC4 reports as he drove away.
I heard you on the radio while I was driving saying there's a firemen taking a grandfather clock out of the house.
Adam wears a sweatshirt supporting Station 69, local Palisades firefighters. But it was Station 37 out of Westwood that saved these memories for the Byrons.
When there's so much controversy and so many narratives that are being spun about the fire department, that at least there's something that showed that these guys, as my dad said, are heroes and they're selfless.
Matt Byron and his wife now live in Calabasas. Almost none of their belongings are familiar, except the grandfather clock.
We're going to put a picture of the firemen carrying out right next to it.
Damaged, but restored. Despite firefighters' efforts, embers reached some of the saved keepsakes, turning the photos into a different kind of memory. A week shy of his 78th birthday, Matt Byron doesn't know if he wants to spend the next stage of his life trying to navigate construction.
By the time if we started rebuilding it in 5 years and took another 5 to, which it probably would, to build it, I don't know if I'm going to feel like picking up and moving again.
But his kids are hoping to rebuild. And while the structure would be new, they'll at least have a few items to help it feel like home.
And that was Karma Dickerson reporting. Well, the White House said Tuesday that President Donald Trump is discussing a range of options to acquire Greenland, and using the U.S. military to do it is not off the table. The statement from the White House press secretary notes that the president has made it clear that acquiring Greenland is a national security priority for the United States. Trump's public comments on Greenland date back to last year. Last March, he dispatched Vice President J.D. Vance for a visit to a U.S. military installation on the island. Greenland is a self-governing territory of Denmark, a fellow NATO nation. The Trump administration's recent renewed interest spurred a statement of support from Denmark from European leaders. They said Tuesday the Arctic island belongs to its people. Denmark's prime minister said Monday that Trump's desire should be taken seriously. It came with a warning that a U.S. military attack on Greenland could effectively end NATO. Greenland said Tuesday it has asked for a meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. We have an update on the U.S. military mission that captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife. According to a Pentagon official and a person familiar with the situation, at least 7 U.S. service members were injured during Operation Absolute Resolve. The Pentagon official says that the 2 of the service members are still recovering from their injuries, and the other 5 have been returned to duty. One of the injured sustained multiple gunshot wounds to the legs, and the injuries were considered fairly serious. In a statement, the official says, quote, they are receiving excellent medical care and are well on their way to recovery. 2 sources familiar with the matter tell NBC News the full Senate will receive a briefing today on the operation to capture Maduro. Well, it's been 5 years since the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, and on Tuesday there were 2 separate events, one held by the Proud Boys to honor Ashley Babbitt, who died that day, and another to honor Capitol defenders. NBC's Darcy Spencer has the story now from Washington.
On this anniversary of the January 6th attack at the Capitol, many of those who participated and supported the events that happened that day rallied at the Ellipse, where it all began 5 years ago. USA! 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 It was billed as a remembrance to Ashley Babbitt, the woman shot and killed by a police officer during the breach of the Capitol. Her mom, as well as the leader of the Proud Boys, who was convicted of seditious conspiracy, imprisoned and pardoned by President Trump, were among the speakers.
I love and I miss my daughter. I'm proud to be Ashley Elizabeth Babbitt's mother.
The word that I'm searching, the thing that I'm searching for is retribution, retaliation. And what is that? It is accountability.
Many of those who turned out were also convicted in connection with the attack, then pardoned nearly 1 year ago. What do you say to those who feel it was wrong for you guys to get pardoned?
Tough. That's tough, isn't it? Can't take it back.
They then marched to the Capitol, where they were met with counter demonstrators. Police quickly diffused the situation and kept the groups apart.
I wept for my country that day. And I'm weeping for my country today. We can't whitewash this any longer. It's time to put an end to it.
There was a separate rally in support of the police officers who defended the Capitol that day. More than 100 were injured, and those who died after the attack.
It's important to me as an American. I feel what the officers did that day was to save our Constitution, our Capitol, and the Congress people.
Solemn occasion, time to remember our Constitution and the people who've died protecting it.
It's hard to comprehend how a group of people who claim to support the police would attack the police, attack law enforcement in order to achieve their ends.
It's time now for your Health Today, brought to you by Inland Empire Health Plan. The Trump administration is freezing more benefits for low-income families in 5 Democrat-led states, including California. The freeze applies to $7 billion for temporary assistance for needy families, also known as welfare. It also affects more than $2 billion for the Child Care Development Fund and millions for the Social Services Block Grant. The affected states are in California, as well as Colorado, Illinois, Minnesota, and New York. HHS is accusing the states of widespread fraud, but no evidence appears to support that claim. Federal child care funding is already frozen for Minnesota amid investigations into centers that have received those benefits. Flu activity in the United States has reached the highest levels in 25 years. All but 4 U.S. states are at high or very high levels of flu activity. A new flu strain called Subclad K is responsible for the spread. Subclad K began to spread after strains were chosen for this year's flu shots, which means flu vaccines likely only offer partial protection against it. Doctor visits for flu symptoms have not been this high since 1997. Well, up next, our Manny the Movie Guy gives you one of his top picks for the Palm Springs International Film Festival. But first, we're going to head back outside and take a live look at your Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage as the sun comes up on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Jerry's going to break down your full AccuWeather forecast for you straight ahead.
Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course,
Tramcam showing a little bit of snow in the mountains, and we could get maybe a few flakes later today. That's about it. Yesterday we had temps that were slightly below normal. The high in Palm Springs was 66 degrees, 70 are normal, and we'll be in the upper 60s later today. A lot of 50s, low 50s in the Coachella Valley to begin our day. Winds under 10 miles an hour. That will change. Onshore winds will pick up later today, becoming more of a northeasterly flow as you move into Friday. Now, as far as radar, nothing happening here, but we do have a system moving through that's bringing some rain offshore, even some thunderstorms moving their way towards San Diego County. There is a chance of rain with that disturbance, mostly to the south of us as it makes its way to the east, but it also kick up the winds. And then by tomorrow, that system exits the area. We get a wind shift onshore today, and then it'll be more Santa Ana winds Thursday night into Friday morning, and strong winds as well. As far as rain chances, mostly around us and not a whole heck of a lot there. Nothing for the valley, maybe a couple spillover sprinkles this morning. 68 degrees the high. Forecast for Palm Springs, 70, Palm Desert, 70 at Indio, kind of close to normal there with the numbers. But keep in mind the winds will be an issue late today into Friday morning. We have a wind advisory in effect for the Coachella Valley and high desert, and a high wind watch that begins tonight, runs through most of Thursday for the San Gorgonio Pass into the Inland Empire area mountains. Now, onshore winds will be the issue. That'll begin late tonight, and parts like the high desert and along and north of I-10, a little bit gusty at times. And then we get a wind shift after that system begins to make its way out of the area. It'll be more of a source wind out of the north and northeast. So downslope winds into the Coachella Valley. This is Thursday evening, Friday morning. Could be an issue there, some of the strongest winds, and through the San Gorgonio Pass area mountains as well. So again, strongest winds. That'll be Thursday around the San Gorgonio Pass, 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds there and in the high desert. And the strongest winds on Friday morning will happen around Desert Hot Springs, where they will see sustained winds around the 30-mile-an-hour range. Okay, as far as winds, they will play a role in drying us out. After we get that northeasterly flow, the numbers begin to drop as far as surface moisture. Teens for relative humidity. That'll be Friday, possibly Saturday. Temps, that'll be tomorrow in the upper 60s, and on the back end of that system, a little cooler air, mid 60s for highs on Friday. That'll be one of the coolest days in our near future. You like the warmer stuff? Upper 70s, low 80s in our future. That's a week from today on the 14th of January, and drier air with that Santa Ana wind flow, 80 degrees. A week from today in Palm Springs, Indio, and Rancho Mirage. Comfort Air 7-day forecast. A wind advisory that kicks in late today. Could last until Friday morning. Again, onshore winds becoming more Santa Ana late Thursday into Friday. Temps in the 60s, 71 degrees Sunday. A week from today, 80 degrees for Palm Springs.
NBC Palm Springs Sports, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Your Coachella Valley Firebirds are back on home ice tonight. Puck drops at 6:30 at Acrisure Arena, with your Birds facing off against the Henderson Silver Knights. The Birds are hoping to take home the win after a 3-2 loss over the weekend. Wednesday night's game is part of a 2-game series against the Knights that will continue at Acrisure Arena on Saturday as well. And if you can't make it to the arena tonight, don't forget you can catch all the action on our sister station, My KPSE, now My Firebirds TV. The channel guide is right here on your screen.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
The Palm Springs Film Festival is well underway, and our Manny the Movie Guy says the movie Bert is one of his favorite films from the fest. He sat down with the writer and director of the film for this sneak peek. Take a look.
Hey man, how you doing?
Bert Berger.
Sammy Kleiman.
Sammy Kleiman, nice to meet you.
I think you know my mother, Patty Green.
Patty, I remember her.
Yeah.
How's she doing?
Fortunately, she passed away a few months ago.
Hello, Mr. Joe, and a big congrats on Bert. It's funny, sweet, and emotionally fulfilling. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Manny. I really appreciate that.
I'm really sorry about your mom. We had a great time together.
Bert, there's really no easy way to say this, but the reason I'm here right now is you're my father.
Shot in 7 days for $7,000. I mean, in your own words, it's true independent spirit. But before we begin, describe the film for our viewers in your own words.
Yeah, it's a father-son grounded comedy. As people can see behind you, that's Burt Berger on the right there and Oliver Cooper, who wrote and produced with me on the left, playing his son. That's the fictional part. But I met Burt Berger 15 years ago at a restaurant in Malibu, California. He was playing music on the weekends with his guitar, big smile, optimistic personality. And I just got to know him over the years, and so did Oliver. We kind of fell in love with this guy. And long story shorter, we just were like, we have to make a movie with this guy. The world has to know this guy's music. I mean, you know, he moved to LA in 1977. He never quite had that big career, but now with this movie and him in the movie and him playing music in the movie, and the movie's called Burt, it's like his legacy now. And we shot at his actual house with his actual roommate, Steve, who's a character in the movie, as you know, and Oliver plays his son. Again, that's the fictional part, but we really made it as a love letter to Burt, his music, his life, his world, all of that.
Mike, this is my son.
I didn't know you had a son.
I just found out.
So Burt Berger, the real life Burt, he's not an actor at all whatsoever.
He's not. He did one short film with us before this movie. That's how we actually first worked with him. And he was so good in the short. That's when I really started falling in love with him. Like, God, he's not just a great person, but he's great on screen.
Steve, this is my son, Sammy.
Oh. Hey, how you doing, Sammy?
I don't know you.
And then Steve, his real-life roommate, Steve, who's wonderful in the film, also not an actor whatsoever, but just is incredible on screen, such a character, and them together, like the real-life odd couple, it's like movie magic. It really was.
I was just gonna say, I mean, you know, you have a great ensemble here, but Steven is a star.
Yes, he is. Yeah, the LA Times did a review last month, and it said if Steve doesn't have an agent, he needs to get one.
I want to know this feeling. I want to explore this.
What's going on with the shaky?
I have Parkinson's disease.
Palm Springs, everyone shows up out here. It's amazing. The art community is amazing here, and the festival's amazing. So we have one more screening on Thursday night at 8:15 p.m. at the Festival Theaters. I'll be there with our cinematographer, Daniel Kenji Levin. We're going to do a Q&A, the two of us. And then Friday morning on January 9th at 10 a.m. is our final screening at the same theater, and I'll be there as well. So 2 more screenings. You can buy tickets and watch the trailer at burtthemovie.com, B-U-R-T, burtthemovie.com. Everything's there.
Oh, good luck on that, Joe. I wish you nothing but the best in your filmmaking career. And congrats again on Burt. And everyone must watch the film. One of the best films I've seen in the festival. A true labor of love. So a big, big, big congrats on that again.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate having me on. I appreciate that.
Whoa.
That was close. Looking forward to spending some more time with you tomorrow, kiddo. You need to get some sleep.
Night, Burt.
Good night, son.
Wow, one of Manny's favorite movies in the festival. That speaks volumes. Well, if you want to catch Burt at the festival, it's playing Thursday and Friday at the Festival Theaters in Palm Springs. You can get tickets at the link you see right here on your screen. We're going to send things over to our desert entertainment contributor, Todd Makovsky. Todd?
Michael Shaw is the founding artistic director of Des Art Performs, and he has a brand new show coming up on January 15th. It is Eureka Day. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Todd. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, so tell me about Eureka Day.
So Eureka Day is actually our first show of the season. As you know, that we opened the Desert Playhouse with a gala in November.
I do know.
But now this begins our season. And so January 15th, we open with Eureka Day, which was written by Jonathan Spector. Just recently won the Tony for Best Revival of a Play. And so it takes place in an elementary school, a private elementary school in Berkeley. It is a progressive school with gender-neutral bathrooms. And it surrounds the story of a mumps breakout.
A mumps breakout
at the school, and the parents' reactions to that. And you come to find out that a number of the parents are, if I may say so, anti-vaxxers.
I see.
So the conflict is between those believing that this is how we solve this problem. Do we keep the school open? Do we close the school? Who gets to come to school? Who has to stay home? When did you get your vaccination? Did you do delayed? Did you do MMR? All of these things come into play. And the thing is that this play is now almost 9 years old. It's more relevant today probably than ever.
So 2017,
Yeah.
so this was pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
This was like probably, well, there were some anti-vaxxers back in 2017, but not like there were during COVID. So it was kind of it was ahead of its time almost.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I read the play and I picked it up a couple of years ago, I thought, well, this sounds brand new. And I didn't know the history of it on Broadway, and come to find out that the revival actually is much more relevant from last year than ever. I mean, it's just, and it speaks to our times. I mean, there's a lot going on right now in the country, and we're dealing with a lot of different changes.
Sure.
And so it addresses those situations, or addresses that, unbeknownst to the playwright at the time, that this would actually be more relevant today than ever. But I will tell you, it's not a comedy.
Okay.
It's a satire.
Okay.
There is one scene in a chat room that occurs at the end of the first act where they try to have a town hall. And you can only imagine the hell that breaks loose. I will tell you, all chaos. It's a brilliant.
So like a Zoom call on stage.
Yes, it's a Zoom call on stage, and it is shocking, but funny. I will tell you,
imagine.
It's brilliantly written.
To see my full interview with Michael Shaw, where he talks about the upcoming shows at Desert Performs, go to NBCPalmSprings.com, Desert Entertainment with Todd. I'll see you next week.
And we're going to take a live look. This is our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. We'll be right back with a recap of your weather forecast with Jerry and some of your top local headlines. You're watching NBC Palm Springs in the morning. Stay right here. Into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea. And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Worried about missing a broadcast? Don't worry. We stream just about everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our website.
And here's a quick recap of your top local stories. Cathedral City will appoint a new District 3 representative this afternoon at a special session council meeting selecting from a pool of over 10 candidates. The opening follows the death of council member Mark Carnevale in November. The special meeting begins at 3 o'clock at the study session room at City Hall. All live meetings can be viewed online as well as on YouTube. You can see the names of the candidates by visiting NBCPalmSprings.com. And tomorrow, the Palm Springs Public Arts Commission is set to consider relocating the statue of former Mayor Frank Bogart from city storage to the Village Green in the downtown area. It was removed from City Hall more than 3 years ago after heavy debate over the late mayor's legacy. Back when the statue was removed from City Hall in 2022, city officials committed to the statue's relocation rather than permanent removal. That Public Arts Commission meeting is set for Thursday night at 5:30 at City Hall. The 37th Annual Palm Springs Film Festival continues today. The Best International Feature Film panel is this afternoon at 1:45 at the Annenberg Theater, which is a part of the Palm Springs Art Museum. There will be 2 panels of international directors in total, both hosted by The Hollywood Reporter. That event is free, but tickets are still required. You can get them on the festival's website. One final recap of your weather forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be winds. Not so much this morning and afternoon. They do ramp up onshore winds thanks to that disturbance moving through the area. So onshore winds today through tonight. Wind advisories have been posted for the Coachella Valley High Desert. A high wind watch that takes effect for the San Gorgonio Pass into the Inland Empire and area mountains. Again, that begins tonight, runs through most of Thursday, and could linger into Friday morning. Upper 60s for highs in the valley, 68 at Palm Springs, although 70 at Indio. We'll see clearing skies, a few sprinkles maybe this morning.
Ooh.
But that's about it. Most of the rain staying to our south. Temps in the 60s through this coming Saturday, 70 Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Could see 80 degrees Wednesday of next week.
Ooh, I'll enjoy the wind today. Well, thanks for joining us this morning. We've got more news coming your way at 11 on your midday news, and we look forward to seeing you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Go out and make it a great Wednesday.